Imagine India in the 1980s. Roads filled with bulky ambassadors. A few Fiats sputtering along with scooters carrying entire families. Cars, they were a dream for the common man. Expensive, outdated, and scarce. But then, like a fresh gust of wind, a small boxy hatchback rolled in. Affordable, fuel efficient, and reliable. It didn't just change how Indians moved, it changed how Indians lived. This wasn't just the rise of a car, it was the rise of an emotion. This is the story of Maruti Suzuki. Let me guess, your first family car might have been a Maruti Suzuki. For millions of Indians, it wasn't just a car, it was a dream on four wheels. A dream that started with political drama, a failed prototype, and a tragic twist, yet rose to become the king of Indian roads. This is the story of how Maruti Suzuki became an unstoppable giant in the Indian automobile history. Our story begins in the early 1970s with the Sanjay Gandhi, son of then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, a passionate automobile enthusiast. He was trained for 3 years at Rolls-Royce in the UK. Returning to India, he was determined to create an affordable car for the common man. In 1971, he founded Maruti Motors Limited. His first prototype, a small car powered by a motorcycle engine, designed and built largely by himself. Unfortunately, it was a complete disaster. The car failed in every way, leading to the company's collapse. By 1978, Maruti Motors were declared bankrupt. Then, tragedy struck. In 1980, Sanjay Gandhi died in a plane crash. But the dream didn't die. Indira Gandhi decided to revive it. The government nationalized the company, renamed it Maruti Udyog Limited, and began searching for a foreign partner. India at the time lacked the technology, resources, and infrastructure to build a truly competitive small car. That's when Suzuki Motors Corporation of Japan entered the scene, acquiring a 26% stake in the company. There was still a one big problem. Maruti needed funds to kickstart the production. The solution: give them advance bookings. Customer could book their cars in advance, providing the company with the working capital it needed. The response was overwhelming. Booking poured in from all over the country. To keep the process fair and transparent, Maruti introduced a computerized lottery system to allocate the cars. And to prove there was no favoritism, the Vice President of India himself conducted the first draw, and the winner, a completely ordinary citizen. This moment earned Maruti the trust of the people. And when politicians tried to create a separate quota for themselves, the company boldly refused, sealing its reputation as the people's car maker. And thus, in 1983, the Maruti 800 rolled out, compact, fuel efficient, and perfect for the Indian roads. It was unlike anything the country has seen. Compared to the clunky Ambassador and Premier Padmini, the 800 felt like the future. Peppy engine, smooth gearbox, easy to drive, and incredibly reliable. The price? Affordable enough for the middle class families. The result? The 800 became a cultural icon, dominating Indian streets for decades. For many, buying a Maruti 800 was the ultimate symbol of success. Also, they were the first ones to give the people a feeling of a brand new car, because in earlier times, other companies used to drive your vehicle to you, and Maruti, on the other hand, used to deliver the vehicle directly to you. And the cherry on top was they started training the local mechanics to work on their cars, making car service easily accessible and to every part of the India. The Indian middle class, still recovering from decades of economic constraints, simply couldn't afford a personal car. Most families relied on scooters, motorcycles, or public transports. For many, a car wasn't just expensive, it was unattainable. This lack of options created the perfect environment for a disruptors to change their game. The response, you ask, was explosive. Demands skyrocketed. Waiting periods stretched for months, even years. The Maruti 800 became more than just a car. It became a symbol of progress, mobility, and aspirations. By the 1990s, India's economy began opening up, and the Maruti was ready. They introduced models like the Zen, known for its sporty performance and modern styling, and the Omni, which became the go-to for family van, school van, and even ambulances. The ST catered to those wanting a premium sedan, while the Gypsy became a favorite of the armed forces and adventure enthusiasts. Maruti's wide range meant it whether you were a college student, a business professional, or a government department, there was always a Maruti for you. As India's middle class grew in size and income, Maruti perfectly aligned its pricing, features, and marketing to capture the audience. The company didn't just sell cars, it sold trust. For example, buying a Maruti meant low maintenance cost, widely available spare parts, and excellent resale value. Mechanics in even the smallest town could repair a Maruti. This accessibility and affordability directly boosted the middle class car buying power. A family that once hesitated to dream about owning a car could now buy one without fear of it becoming a financial burden. And so, by the 2000s, competition arrived. Hyundai, Tata Motors, and later Honda and Toyota entered the Indian market. But Maruti adapted. They upgraded designs, added features, and kept prices competitive. Cars like the Alto replaced the Maruti 800 as the budget king. The Swift became a style icon for the youth, and the Desire dominated the sedan segment. Maruti's strength lay in understanding Indian consumer better than anyone else, focusing on mileage, affordability, and practicality over unnecessary luxury. Realizing that the Indian market was maturing and customers now desired more premium experiences, Maruti launched Nexa showroom in 2015. This was a bold move, a separate retail channel offering premium cars like the Baleno, Ignis, Ciaz, and later the Grand Vitara. The Grand Vitara marked Maruti's serious entry into the mid-size SUV segment, with features like the hybrid tech, a sign that the company was ready for the future. This wasn't the Maruti of the 80s anymore. It was a brand evolving with the aspirations of India's upper middle class. For millions, Maruti isn't just a car brand, it's part of their family history. Your father's first Maruti 800, your college road trips in a Swift, your uncle's Omni dropping you at school. These aren't just memories, they are milestones. Today, Maruti Suzuki commands over 40% market share in India, an incredible feat in one of the most competitive automobiles market in the world. The company is focusing on CNG variants, hybrids, and exploring EVs. They have proven time to time and again that they are not just keeping up with the times, they are reshaping them. From the humble Maruti 800 to the tech-packed Grand Vitara, Maruti has shown that innovation doesn't always mean expensive. Sometimes it means making progress accessible to everyone, and from transforming the dreams of owning a car into a reality for millions to staying ahead in the competitive market. Maruti Suzuki journey is the story of India's journey, a story of dreams, determination, and drive. Quite literally, this wasn't just the rise of Maruti Suzuki. This was the rise of India on wheels.